Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is probably one of the most common questions that we get, which is the best car for off-roading? So we are here and we're going to try and answer it, which is going to be very difficult, but I'm going to try and do my best. Traditionally, the best cars for off-roading were a Land Cruiser 100 series and a Nissan Patrol Y61. If you wanted to off-road, these were your two options. Primarily because Wrangler at that stage was running the 4.0 inline-six engine, which used to overheat in this region specifically. That didn't really work here. A lot of us did try to use it, including myself, but that was your kind of option. But as we progress, the introduction of the FJ brought us closer to a modern age off-roading vehicle. Whereas you would technically get something from the factory that will enable you to go off-roading without too many modifications. But the real answer on what it is to have the best off-roading vehicle is, what do you need it for? Or what is your driving style? Do you want to do technical dunes? Do you want to do overlanding? Do you want to do high-speed chases? What is it that gives you the most amount of pleasure off-roading? If you ask me, the easiest car to learn off-roading on is a Jeep Wrangler. So if you buy a stock Jeep Wrangler, especially nowadays when you get a Rubicon from the factory with 35-inch tires, it's already lifted, already has a winch. This is the 2024 edition that I'm talking about. This enables you to go from the dealership to the desert straight. But this doesn't mean that a 2024 Rubicon is the best car for you. If your usage involves daily commute of 100 kilometers or more on the road, then probably a Prado is better suited for you. But a Prado is going to require n number of modifications before it can reach a point where you can off-road with it with absolute peace of mind. So you don't have to worry about where you need to slow down, where you're going to break your bumper, and so forth. So again, circling back to the question, what is the best car for off-roading? The best car is the car that meets your purpose. So if you want strictly off-roading, a Wrangler or an FJ, but even an FJ nowadays requires a lot of modifications. So probably a Wrangler and a Ford Bronco is something which is suited right from factory that you can buy and you can take it to the desert, no worries. It will survive most of the situation. A 392 will make all of your problems go away in the desert, but at the same time, it will give you a false sense of confidence, which will put you in danger. If you decide to buy a Bronco Raptor or a 392, be careful of where you find your limit versus the car's limit. So the car doesn't have a limit, but you have a limit. And when you have such a powerful car, you can find your limit very easily. If you do buy a Land Cruiser, there are an n number of things that you can do to make it in such a way that you don't have to stress too much about breaking the bumper or breaking certain things in your car. Obviously, it's an expensive vehicle, so you don't want to damage too much. FJ, I think, is still a very good option, especially for new off-roaders, but FJ also does require n number of things. A stock FJ will come with 265/70/17 tire size, and I think that tire size doesn't suit the power delivery of the car. You need to upgrade to 285/70/17s if you want the right delivery of the power. That will require, not necessarily, but preferably, a lift kit, a body mount chop, and a number of things. Basically, everything I've said kind of sums up in this statement that the best car for off-roading is always the car that meets your purpose. So it could be a Ford F-150 Raptor, it could be a Ranger Raptor, it could be a FJ, it could be a Land Cruiser, it could be a Y61. Yes, a Hyundai Sonata doesn't work in this list. It needs to have a 4x4 with a transfer case where you have the option of four-wheel drive low, and preferably one which is not electronic. So all the Ford vehicles come with electronic transfer case, which in my opinion is not the best option. But at the same time, if you know how to use it, if you learn the right way, you can still manage yourself. I hope I was a little bit helpful in answering this question, which comes to us almost every day. As always, if you found this video useful, consider subscribing to our channel, like this video, and thanks for tuning in.